Ethiopia and Eritrea. The rising tension over the sea. Ethiopia is the second most populated country in Africa, with more than 132 million people, but it has no access to the sea. Since Eritrea gained independence in 1993, Ethiopia became landlocked and fully dependent on foreign ports for all its imports and exports. Before that, Ethiopia used Assab and Massawa in Eritrea as its lifeline to the world. When relations collapsed after the 1998 to 2000 border war, those ports were closed and Ethiopia turned to Djibouti. Today, more than 95% of Ethiopia's trade goes through Djibouti. This dependency is costly. Ethiopia spends around $2 billion every year just to use Djibouti's ports in fees and logistics. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has said publicly that Ethiopia cannot remain landlocked forever. He argues that a country of this size and importance must have secure access to the sea, not only for trade, but also for national security. Eritrea, however, sees the situation differently. For Eritrea, the Red Sea coast is its most important asset and the foundation of its sovereignty. Eritrea fought a 30-year war of independence to secure it. President Isaias Afwerki has never shown interest in sharing or leasing ports to Ethiopia, except on Eritrea's own strict terms. The port of Assab in particular remains unused and underdeveloped. Ethiopia sees this as wasted potential. Eritrea sees it as a matter of control and survival. Ethiopia has even offered major concessions in exchange for port access. Reports say Ethiopia proposed granting Eritrea fertile land for agriculture and up to 20% shares in Ethiopian Airlines, with an additional 5% in other ventures. Despite these offers, Eritrea's leadership has refused. Afwerki is known for being deeply suspicious of foreign influence, and critics say that at his old age, he fears losing power if he opens the country to Ethiopia. The two countries have been in an uneasy relationship since the peace deal signed in 2018. For a short period, there was hope that ports in Eritrea could reopen to Ethiopia, but cooperation never materialized. Trust between Addis Ababa and Asmara remains very low. Ethiopia suspects Eritrea of trying to weaken it. Eritrea suspects Ethiopia of long-term ambitions to dominate the region. This standoff creates risks for the whole Horn of Africa. Djibouti benefits financially from Ethiopia's reliance, but also worries that Ethiopia's frustration could destabilize the region. Somalia views Ethiopian ambitions with suspicion. Somaliland has positioned itself as an alternative partner, offering Berbera port to Ethiopia, but that move increases tension with Mogadishu and complicates regional politics. The reality is simple. Ethiopia wants secure and reliable access to the sea. Eritrea refuses to grant it. The ports are there, Assab and Massawa, but they remain silent. The danger is that frustration could push Ethiopia toward more aggressive options, and Eritrea is unlikely to back down easily. Both sides are reorganizing their militaries, and observers warn that another conflict cannot be ruled out. At its core, this is not only about trade, it is about history, national pride, and the future balance of power in the Horn of Africa. Ethiopia believes it cannot survive long-term without breaking its dependency. Eritrea believes that any concession would threaten its sovereignty. Until both countries find a way to compromise the Red Sea corridor will remain a source of tension and possibly the spark for a new war. For more news and analysis from the Horn of Africa, do not forget to subscribe to Horn Daily. Thanks for watching. See you on next video.